You clicked on this video because you want to know the truth about being alone that nobody talks about, bro. Nobody talks about. So I'm about to talk about it. So look, being alone, it comes with its flaws, but it also comes with a lot of great opportunities and it comes with a lot of good things. And I'm finna explain that in this video. So keep watching, enjoy it. Love you guys. So when it comes down to being alone, so one good thing I can say about being alone is, character development. A lot of times we're surrounded by other people that, we tend to build character off them, if that makes sense. So like if I'm with my friend all the time, I'm gonna start to inherit traits that he has. I'm gonna start talking kind of how he talks, and he gonna kind of talk how I talk. It's gonna be a little bit of a different connection, right? But when you're by yourself, you have no other people to follow and be like and talk like or anything like that, So it's gonna be you, yourself, and God. And that's the only people that you're gonna be pretty much talking to and building your relationship with. And it's very important to build that relationship with God and yourself because, bro, you have limitless, endless opportunities to grow in life, to be who you want to be. And doing that is being alone with God. You have to. If you want to, bro, if you really want to build yourself to be the man that you say you are, the man that you want to be, you have to deal with this alone time. You have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's not going to be comfortable being alone, but if you want to shoot for the moon, if you want to chase your dreams, you have to. You got to start somewhere. So, and the best way to start is by isolating and being alone, just letting yourself be alone, but not being lonely. Don't think of it as lonely, just be alone. That's really it to that. You feel me? A lot of people trip about being alone and all this, but in reality, think about it. There's people out there like me. I'm an only child and I'm a homebody and I'm an introvert. So I really don't even go out. And if I do go out, I'm not really going to talk to people. I'm not going to open my mouth unless somebody speak to me first. That's just the type of person I am. And that's who I built myself to be because growing up, I used to get in trouble a lot for talking a lot in class. I used to get in trouble for, just being friendly, and it got to a point in my life where I got older and I got old enough to realize, dang, like I'm always getting in trouble for just talking to people. So let me stop talking. And once I stopped talking, I was getting in trouble for not talking to people. And I realized I'm going to get in trouble one way or another, but I would rather stick to myself now rather than having all these other people around me because a lot of fake energy goes around, a lot of fake stuff goes around. And that can also mess up you on your journey because when you have these people around you that's bringing you down, you have no momentum to build yourself back up, and that's why being alone, once you go down on your own, you got yourself, lift yourself back up. You have nothing to lose. You feel me? Now it's just you getting back to the top. You feel me? And when you have other people around you and they break you down, then it's like they breaking themselves down and you down at the same time, and it's just constantly breakdown. And you just going down and down and down. And that's one thing that can mess up a lot of people on their journey is, having these friends and realizing later on that these friends are not, you don't want those friends around you. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time to understand that, but now I fully understand. I feel like probably maybe like 2 years. I probably fully understood for like the past 2 years that you gotta cherish your important friends and important people around you, but they also gotta understand boundaries. They also gotta understand that you have your own life and you have your own stuff that you go through alone and that you don't need other people for that certain reason, So I kind of like built this thing to where I'll talk to my friends, but I'll hang out with them only at like maybe closer to nighttime or early on in my day. Not really early on in my day, more likely than later on in my day, once I got everything I want to do out the way. And that's what you have to do. You got to set those boundaries. Those people got to understand that you have your own life. You going through your own stuff. You got your own journey. So you can't be there for them right now. But later on, you can hang out with them anything you want. You feel me? You just got to get what you got to get done today, now. Because tomorrow's not promised, you know? So that's why you also can enjoy being with your friends, because tomorrow isn't promised. You never know. You might wake up or you might not even wake up. And, you know, your friends are now gone. So definitely, I would say don't get rid of all your friends. Cherish the real ones and let go of the fake ones. If you guys want another video on how you can tell who's your real friend and who's you're not, I will make a video. Drop down below if you want that. But yeah, they do it. So a few things a lot of people don't talk a lot when it comes down to being alone is how much friends you lose during this process. It's not your fault, but you'll realize that once you start grinding on yourself, working on yourself, you'll start to observe that other people aren't really who you think they are. They're not really your friends how you think they are, you know? And I had to come to this realization because I was so, you know, I've always been like a popular type of kid, you know? So the people around me always knew me. Like my area always knew who I was, right? So me knowing that, I'm like, okay, boom, I got a lot of, I call it support at the time. I'm like, I got a lot of support. A lot of people know who I am. A lot of people mess with me. Once you start grinding alone, you know what I'm saying? Grinding alone, you start to see these people not even supporting your grind. They not even supporting your grind. They talking down on you. And you know, and it's crazy because, it's real crazy because like you would think people would support you for going on your own journey, but a lot of people is really salty about that and jealous about that. And I think it's because, and like they hate on that because they don't have the courage to do it on their own. So that makes you stand out already. You on this grind, you're not worried about nobody else. And that's the other thing. You can't, like, if you own this grind and you own this journey of actually building self-development and just being a greater version of yourself, you have to get rid of like literally everybody, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're gonna have to stop talking to girls. You're gonna have to, you know, take a break from all that. Take a break from, you know, deep friendships to where y'all hanging out all day, every day. You're gonna have to cut out, you know, girlfriends. You're gonna have to cut out all that. And like, yeah, it can work with those people, but you're not gonna be your highest of yourself, if that makes sense. You're not gonna be your highest self with these other people around you. When you're working on it by yourself, you know what you gotta get done. You know what you need to do. So you're gonna end up doing it. You're gonna take the action to do it because it's like you got nobody to fall back on no more. You don't got nobody to fall back on. So you gotta get it on your own. You gotta go out there and grind on your own. You gotta, feel me, chase this cheese, chase this dream, chase God. You gotta chase that with your whole life. And it's gonna take everything out of you. It's gonna take your energy. It's gonna take your time. And that's why I say, don't even cease to talk to a girl, get in relationships, vice versa, for girls to talk to guys, you know, get in relationships. You gotta understand that you took this journey. You know what you want. There's other people out there. You got time. Think about it. You got time. Unless you're like older, in your 30s, 40s, like, then it's like low-key time to settle down, maybe find your loved one. But if not, even if you're 30, even if you're older and you still want to take this self-development journey, you can. Because it's just a season of your life. It's not like you're going to be alone forever. No, it's just a season of your life where you just need to be alone to build yourself and grind. That's it. I'm not saying you got to be alone forever. I'm not saying you got to be alone for the next 20 years. No, you just need to be alone for at least 6 months to like a year, bro. 1 year not going to hurt you. 1 year not going to hurt you, bro. If you being alone and if you working on yourself, making sure your health right, making sure your diet right, making sure your body right, get into your cheese, get into your pape, get into your grind, that's what separates you from other people. That's the main thing that people don't talk about. Come on, bro. One thing I can say though, that a lot of people don't talk about is how much being alone helps you. I've done realized so many different things about myself that other people could possibly not teach me. Um, I've learned so many different things within the span of like a week. Like in 1 week, I could possibly learn like 20 different things and take action on it immediately because like I said, I'm not going to sit here and talk to nobody else about it besides God. Me and God going through it together. And that's when you'll realize the most things. When you have those conversations with God, he'll just sit you down and literally have you be grateful for what you already got. Say, for example, we all want, to be successful, to be rich and all this. But what God will do, instead of giving you that off rip, instead of giving you what you want immediately, he gonna sit you there and let you be alone. Y'all gonna have talks, and during those talks, that's when you gonna come to the realization like, yo, I need to like fully like work on myself. God gonna show you what you need to work on. I'm telling you, he gonna guide you through everything. Like, he gonna have you be grateful for what you already got. Like, when I started praying, I was thanking God for waking up, like the norm, waking up, putting a roof over my head and just letting me, be alive as today. And then like, once I started on this grind, on this journey alone, I start to realize like, yo, God has done more for me than just put, a roof over my head and allow me to wake up, right? God allowed me to breathe today. He allowed me to walk, to hear, to see, to smell. Bro, there's people out there that can't do that. And a lot of times we don't realize that because, like I said, we be with other people, so we're so used to it. We used to just waking up every day, seeing our friend again, boom. We all having a good time, enjoying ourselves, breathing fine, enjoying ourselves. While there's other people out there in the world that's actually suffering, like those people are actually suffering from the things that we're taking advantage, not taking advantage of, but we ain't really was grateful. We wasn't too grateful about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say we wasn't grateful about it, but we wasn't too grateful about it. Like we're over there, we're here having fun and stuff like that. And I realized like, yo, I could have fun later. I gotta enjoy what I wanna do right now. Like I gotta do what I wanna do right now so I can set myself up later. So later on I can have that freedom. I can be able to, enjoy that air, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm enjoying it right now, I'm grateful for, trust me, I'm grateful for everything I got right now. Trust me, I have gotten to that realization that I am grateful for everything I have right now. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, right? So, you gotta understand, you gotta enjoy this journey. You gotta take this next step. The main important thing is gonna be action. I could talk to you all day about, growing yourself and becoming a better version of yourself, but it's up to you to take action. And what you gonna do with what I just told you today? Is you gonna work on, these friend situations? You gonna work on yourself, or is you just gonna sit here and just let time go by and you just going by too? You feel me? You gotta understand, it's your world. Think about it. It's your world. People just living in it. I'm just living in your world. You feel me? Y'all just living in my world. It is that simple. It's really that simple. Like, we all literally living in our own worlds. We all got a different thing going on. That's why I didn't say something like too much, but like I can relate to y'all. I know y'all can relate to me if you watch this far in the video. But if y'all enjoyed that, man, make sure I hit that sub button. Make sure y'all, comment down below. If y'all want any more, I don't even know, bruh. Just enjoy the video. Just enjoy the rest of your day, man. See y'all later. Make sure you watch a different video. I'm gonna drop it. It's probably gonna be on one of these two sides. I don't know. Y'all gonna see. But yeah, enjoy that. Peace out. Love y'all. Stay safe. Stay blessed. PWEEZY out of here. Peace. Peace.